Before we go anywhere, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you don't miss tomorrow's video, and like this one right now. If you've ever felt like your study methods just aren't working, if you're tired of memorizing and forgetting, if you feel stuck, this might be the video that finally changes how you study English forever. Because most people study English the wrong way. They sit with a notebook, they write a list of words, they read grammar rules, and then they wonder why nothing sticks. Why they understand everything when reading, but freeze up when it's time to speak. It's not because they're bad at English. It's because their method is broken. Let's flip that today. The first thing we need to understand is that studying English is not about collecting knowledge. It's about building skills. Think of it like learning to swim. You can read a book about swimming. You can memorize every stroke. But the moment you jump into the pool, it's a whole different experience. That's what speaking English is like. So how do fluent speakers study? They learn differently. They don't just study words, they use them. They don't just watch videos, they talk back. They don't just write sentences, they speak them out loud. Their study time looks like real use. Not quiet. Not passive. But active and alive. Here's one powerful shift. Stop studying English like a subject. Start using it like a tool. When you learn a new word, don't just write it down. Use it. Make a sentence. Say it out loud. Ask yourself how it connects to your life. Use your voice. Move your mouth. Speak. Another major shift. Stop waiting for perfect. So many learners study for years, waiting for the day they'll feel ready. That day never comes. Fluent learners speak now. With mistakes. With hesitation. But they speak. Because every time you speak, you're not just practicing English. You're training your brain to think in English. Let's talk about how to actually change the way you study. Start by creating your own mini speaking routine. Every time you learn something new, take 1 minute to use it aloud. Don't just think about it. Say it. Try it in a few different sentences. Pretend you're using it in a conversation. This turns a piece of knowledge into a living skill. Next, focus on repetition, not just exposure. Watching one video and then moving on doesn't build fluency. Watching that same clip 3 or 4 times, repeating what you hear, copying the speaker's rhythm and tone, that's what builds fluency. Real learning happens in the repetition. And here's a game changer. Create a system for review. Don't let new words or ideas disappear after one day. Every evening, take 5 minutes to review what you learned that day. Say it out loud. Quiz yourself. Make it part of your end-of-day routine. This helps your brain decide, this is important. I need to remember this. Fluent learners are not just people with good memory. They're people with strong habits. Habits like reviewing out loud, speaking what they learn, and treating English like a daily part of life, not just a subject to study and forget. Here's a quick story. Lena used to write new vocabulary in a notebook. That's it. She had pages and pages of words. But when she tried to speak, nothing came. Then she changed her routine. Every word had to be used aloud 3 times, in 3 different sentences. She recorded herself. She listened back. And something amazing happened. Those words started coming out naturally. Not because she knew them, but because she had used them. That's what real studying looks like. Not quiet memorization. Not cramming. But action. Voice. Repetition. Connection. That's how you study English in a way that actually sticks. So if you've been studying English and feel stuck, try this. Every time you learn something new, speak it. Use it. Make it real. Make it part of your world. Because studying isn't what happens when you sit down with a notebook. Studying is what happens when you make the language come alive. Now we want to hear from you. What's one thing you're going to change in the way you study English starting today? Leave it in the comments. Share this video with someone who needs a new way to study. And remember, we've got new videos every single day to help you grow faster and feel more fluent. So subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you in the next one.